Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Endless Space 2. We've made a little progress last episode, and as far as I remember, a lot more than I usually make in first episodes. So, yay for me. I didn't forget how to do this, I guess. Also, I've checked my last video, since you guys, by the time I'm recording this one, were not able to actually reply to the last one, because it's not uploaded yet. Sound seems alright for me, but just give me some input. I did turn the music down just a smidge and turned up the UI sounds, like when you click something here. So hopefully that is now alright for you, but just let me know if my voice is too loud or if whatever. Just put it in the comments and I will adjust. Because everybody has their own preference, and for me it sounds alright, but yeah. Anyway, so that's out of the way, so let's get to some gameplay, shall we? We did lay out a rough tech path, and I did some searching around before I loaded up, well, not before I loaded up, but before I started recording, and seems to me we do want to get this planet here, even though it's not the most, yeah, it's not the best system. But oh god, I keep forgetting that I can just scroll out. Like, they made the UI so intuitive, but no, I have to click escape. Anyway, so yeah, we're close to the Sophons here, and I do want to establish a border as far or as close to them as possible. That is one thing. The second one, I do want access to this solar nebula, because it seems like there's a good amount of dust to be had, which is good for us, I guess. Gives us buyout, gives us funding for more colonies. So yeah, that's gonna be in the next target. Go for Arctus. For that, though, we do need some research, and we're gonna need Savannah. God damn it. Just closed my mouth, and there we go. Anyway, we do need to be able to colonize Savannah planets, which is a tech we do not have queued up yet. So, I do want the Mediterranean, though, so we're gonna get that. Oh, this here's Savannah. I guess we can get it once we get the xenobiology, but let's just check it out to be sure. How we're doing on growth here. Not too great, so I actually, yeah, I do need to be able to spread out to octants, which is gonna satisfy my need for growth for quite a while. So we do need that tech, and I think we do have enough time, but well, we'll see how it turns out. Anyway, let's get some gameplay. Man, I've been babbling around too much. Alright, so there we go. We do get the Seeker of Truth. That's a new deed. Be the first to successfully, wow, I turned into Dutch there. Successfully search 10 curiosities. Got 4 out of 10, and we're rank 5, so I highly doubt we're gonna get that. And we can now colonize the Tundra planets, which doesn't really help me much. And we can also build public-private partnerships, which was available last game as well, which is kind of cool to see that carry over. But yeah, not quite yet. We do have some room for growth, so it's all good. Though I don't know if I do need the planetary landscaping in there just yet. I mean, we do need it, but I think I want to go for my early border just a little bit faster, and now I can, like this, yes. So we're gonna get the rare earth foams, and then we're gonna go for the baryonic shielding. I'm gonna get these right eventually. I hope they don't change it around too much. Yeah, I'm still a little bit still not quite used to the UI, but I'll get there. It's not bad. I mean, I really really like the style and the way it looks. It's just a lot to take in, and I've been reading to. Whoop, what's that? Oh, Sophon Scout. All right, you do your thing, I guess. I've been reading around to get a little bit of a feel for the game and to learn a little bit. There's actually not that much out there in terms of learning resources, so hopefully we can add a little bit to that with this channel. Well, just maybe after a couple of playthroughs when I know how to do this again. But I found that the new player experience is pretty similar to mine. People telling that in the forums and on Steam that they are a little bit overwhelmed with all the information you have and the way all things tie together, the political system and all that. So yeah, I like that it's there. It's just gonna take me a bit to get into it. So don't take my complaining as me not liking it. I am German after all, so there's that. Anyway, nothing to do here really. I'm just thinking if we should employ our... Where's that? Senate, F2. There we go. Learning the hotkeys. Very good. If we should employ the law, does that take time to actually... The new colony one? We could pass it. It would cost us 4 a turn. Which I think we're gonna do right about the second... when this thing here pops into a colony, because then we're gonna get plus 25 happiness, and we cannot lose like maybe 10 turns, so we're gonna get 40 worth of influence before we pop the law, and then we get the benefit still. Well, we would get extra 10% food, but Mises thinking that does not matter too much. Yeah, we'll do that, we'll do that. Yeah, there's not that much to do, even though there's the UI is telling me otherwise. I really don't have that much to do. Alright, so the governor has reached level 2, which gives us 1 skill point. Odd. Thought we... Was that level 2? Shouldn't we have 2 skill points? Anyway, so we could turn him into... We could turn him into dust. No, that's not quite the meaning. We could turn him into a... Into a what? Into a person of means. Or we could, well, damage, not really relevant. Influence, not really. It's useful, but I don't quite know the intricacies of the game yet, so... intricacies? Intricacies, I think this is how I pronounce that. Yeah, that's another one for the fleet. That's for the fleet. Okay, so we got... Either we can get industry and food, or we can get more dust. Plus 5 per sterile on system and plus 5 on system. Let's see. Got 1 sterile here. 2 sterile. So it's going to be plus 10, plus 15 per turn. I think we're still better off. We don't really need the dust yet. It will help us to get our quest a little bit faster. But I think we're gonna get that in once he gets to level 3. Maybe. So, Sophons, okay. There we go, so we discovered the Sophons. Do we want to send a probe down here? Well, it's kind of unlikely that we got more star systems over here. So I think not. I think we just... maybe let a probe do the scouting this direction and send the scout up here. Like so. These probes are quite nice, by the way. I really love that addition, because you could use them to just send them out into empty space, and they will float around for a couple of turns, like 5 for me. But there's a lot of tech that if you go for exploration, you could actually improve your drones, like... where was that? This one here. So the drones have lesser cooldown and increase the stock and vision range. And I think there's more. Isn't there more? Yes, there we go. You can get even better probes, and I'm pretty sure down the line... No. No, alright. So you can just increase them, level up them like once. But still, like, I kind of really love that mechanic, because you can use them to just explore, and you can also use them to... yep, okay. You can also use them to... Can I show that somewhere? Yeah, we can. To do these missions. And they will net you... Well, first of all, you discover what the anomaly or resource or whatever is. But they could also net you a nice little resource boost. Like a couple of strategic resources or a couple of... God, I'm gonna learn it eventually. A couple of luxury resources or some dust or something like that. So really nice. It used to be that you just go onto a planet and you just get a what's that, discovery event or something. But now they changed that. So you actually have to actively decide, and they also use up movement points. So it's not like you can just fire the drones every second when you have them available on cooldown, but they do use up your movement. So you have to decide, do I want to move my scout or do I fire drones, or what am I gonna do? Which is lovely that they do that, I think. Yes, it makes the game a tad more complicated, but it wouldn't be a strategy game if it wasn't complicated, right? I keep thinking there's so much to do, but really there isn't. I just have to be aware of the counter. Yeah, 8 turns. So, by the way, if you hit space, you get a specific map. Anyone didn't know that? It's like depends on how far you've zoomed in. Like if I zoom in a little more, I get a system scan. Well, that didn't do much. It's not my system after all. This is my system. So you can kind of see instantly the distribution of resources, which is really nice. So if you zoom out further, you get a diplomacy map, and yeah, it's really cool. I mean, I don't use it often, but it's nice that it's there. And it could be handy at times. Well, that was a waste of time. Ooh. What did I see there? Plus 50... Well, I could just read the tooltip, couldn't I? Plus 50 industry and plus 25 extra experience. Theater effects. Huh. That is interesting. So you apparently need to extend your influence, which is going to be quite hard. Well, quite impossible for me, actually. But you need to extend your influence to reach that system, and then you could reap that benefit. Well, does this one also have a negative one? No. That's a bit weird. Let me see if I go over this. Oh, okay. I thought you, like in the tooltip, you can't scroll, but yeah, you don't need to scroll if you actually just move your mouse over it. It's fine. So it looks like this here is the end of the line. So we're just gonna fire one probe, I guess, in this general direction. And I'm gonna give it a turn to regenerate one probe, I think. Oh no, it's gonna take 3 turns. Damn. Oh well. Anyway, so this is gonna go now a lot faster, which is cool. Patrol. Yeah, I do want a second patrol, but I also do want the public-private partnerships. Let's just queue them in here and see. We got the rare earth. That's gonna be 2 turns, and the next one's gonna be 11 turns. What the heck? So we actually... Well, once we get this, we're gonna be a little bit faster, so let's see how that turns out. Okay, that's great. I don't actually know what the Academy does. I mean, it does help you with... does something with heroes, obviously. But I don't quite know what that is yet, so... Anyway, just give me 1 second, guys. Up, there we go. More like 3 seconds, but I had to just throw my tea bag in the dirt. In the dirt? Jesus. In the trash bin. That's what I meant to say. Throw them in the dirt. Not quite. Alright, so now we only take 5 turns for this, which is much more to my liking. And we could also, after we get the patrol and the public-private partnerships, we could colonize this. It's quite fast. And then we get the settler. I think that should be our order of business. And before the dementia gets it, I think we're gonna waste one turn of possible influence and just get the law now. Get that passed. Maybe it takes a turn, so just get that done. Yeah, it does take a turn to become effective, I think. What do we find here? Solar Nebula. Alright, another one of these, which is nice. Not gonna be available to us anytime soon, unless we go to war with the Sophons. But yeah. We can colonize, that's cool. Everything else in that tech is not really relevant for us. And there we got another probe. So this one's gonna land here. I think we're gonna fire this one maybe just in that general direction. And then we're gonna send the scout over here. And the second one's gonna start up this line. And yeah, things should be good. Let's take a sip of tea. Ah, nothing quite warms you up in this cold weather like a cup of tea. Yeah, we're gonna create you. Now I'm just wondering, is it worth it? Well, let's first check out. Alright, so the new law is in effect. We are paying for it. So we should get extra happiness once we colonize this. Now I wonder, I think we should maybe spend a turn to discover... Why are you not moving there? There you go. To use our probes and discover some of the anomalies here. So let's see, which one do we want? We are... Whoops. No, not that far. We are colonizing this guy, so we do want this anomaly. Dark glitter. Okay. And I think Baron is pretty far down the line. So I think we're gonna go for the ice anomaly first. And the other ones we can just build regularly. Oh, that is nice. That's it? Alright, cool. And then we're gonna fly off this way. The other guy can just move. Okay, looks like it's nothing up here. Well, we can't really just say that yet, because it's a big galaxy, after all. Public-private partnerships are just in range. What do we get here? Endless research park? Research... Jesus. Research park and endless world. Devoted, future, and loyal. Huh. Giant park will aid in exploring history. History is going to visit us. Okay. Once per galaxy. That is quite the undertaking. But that's a mechanic that they took in here from Endless Legend, which I quite enjoy. Problem is, though, I'm assuming that loyal... Is that my happiness? No. 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 That's a quote, by the way. Anyway, devoted or loyal. What does that pertain to? Is that my... It can't be my happiness. Content. Why you tell me what that means? Where can I find that out? Nowhere, apparently. Now we do have a citizen screen somewhere. Oh, was it here? No. Was it here? No. No. So it must be here. Huh. Am I stupid? Well, not stupid, but maybe blind? Wasn't there a screen for the economy screen, I thought? Where you could just see your population Because there's also some bonuses for... Huh. That is so weird. I could swear... Oh, right here. Ah, finally found it. So does it pertain to these guys? Is there any stat that will make them loyal, devoted, something? No. So if we get more of these guys, they will give me like a extra effect. But functional, does it pertain to this? Maybe? I don't know. Doesn't really look like it. Anyway, we can't really afford to build it just now, so we'll just keep the strategic resources for some modules and whatnot. More tea. And we got our first little colony. Nice. So as usual, we're gonna start that out with the drone networks. And to speed up production even more, we're gonna follow it up with the Xeno-Industrial Infrastructure. Plus 10 fertile, plus 10 per planet, plus 10 per temperate. Temperate. So we got one temperate, and that's the one we're on, so it should give us plus 20, which is quite nice. And then we're gonna go like this, and this, and this. So first we build up food production and industry production. Second, we get more industry to build the rest of this quicker. Could also build the thing here, but that's going to take us 80 turns, so maybe not. Then we get more research, and then we get more approval, because for a couple turns we should be quite nice. We should be quite happy, I mean, because we do have that bonus of 5 turns. Does that go for all the systems? Yeah, it does. That is really cool. I like that. Quite a strong little bonus, because approval is relevant in these games. It does. I didn't quite read up on my... Oh, there we go. Loyal. There we go. Alright, so it does pertain to the happiness of our people. Plus 15% on loyal, plus 15%, plus 20% on devoted. Plus 5% from loyal. Huh. Where does that loyal come from? Oh, it's the overall approval. I understand. Yeah, and there you see it. You get 15% extra dust and extra science output. And it's gonna go even higher when we actually go to... what's the next one? Devoted. So maybe it's worth investing in that. Be the first to produce 100 dust in a single star system. Yeah, we never stood a chance. Oh, hey. Discovered the Mavros. Minor civilization. I'm gonna call them Mavros because they are red and look like worker ants. So Russian. Yeah, like, no, offended like at least 10 viewers. So, hi. Anyway, minor civilization on the Kran system. So let's check out where they are. Are they up here? It's not really near me. Do they... Ooh, they have pretty weak ships as well. Now has access to dusty blood trees. Okay. Really? Where do we have access? I don't see any access. Is that a resource that is possibly attainable here? No. No. I don't know why we have access to that. Do these guys have it? No. Alright, I guess we just found out these trees exist, and that's that. So, political survey, looking good. We asked 100 people in the Empire. Survey says 63 industrial, 50% scientists. It's just what I need. I don't mind the scientists getting a little bit more support, but I do... Ooh, hello there. There's 2 already colonizable planets. Okay. Tiny tundra and medium tundra. Cool. I like very much. Do we have a probe available? Yes, we do. So let's just probe this. And we get more dark glitter. Right. So I guess we do have the monopoly on dark glitter. Which I don't know what that is good for, but we're gonna make it work somehow. Did you just... Yeah, you did. You little sucker. How can you make that hard on you? Well, that sucks. We do get the movement bonus now, but we don't really need that tech otherwise. Free movement, alright, so we can move around. Yeah, well, that doesn't really help me much. Damn it! These sophons. I think we're gonna have to slap some sophons around. Problem is, though, when we get into war too early on, it's gonna make the economy suffer quite a bit. So I don't know if that's too smart, but we do get the here system. So that's okay. It's at least colonizable. But I do want this. The solar nebula. Anyway, we're gonna end this here, and I'm gonna look up how we can make this hard on the sophons. And if not, we're just gonna let him have it for a while and then claim what's ours in the near future. Until then, guys, you enjoy your day, have a good one, and see you around for the next episode.